Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Bubba and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Bubba's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands. The little tiny corrections and the little tiny bit of motivation that we give him when we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is that little tug and let go with the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Bubba's going to go home with his very own training equipment, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session. Now Bubba is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done, and the first exercise that they're going to demonstrate for us is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Bubba heel.
Bubba, heel.
Now heeling is proper leash walking. It's nothing more than keeping his shoulders even with your left leg during walks. Not dragging you down the street, but focused more on you than what's going on around him. If Rich turns, he turns, and when Rich stops his feet, he's been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. So this makes walking him much more of a pleasure than a drag. He's next to you, he's focused. If he's not, you give that little correction to get him to look up at you. Very nice. Now this is your sit stay. It is a stationary exercise, so it is a one-word hand and voice command.
Stay.
And he does that scratching and itching as a distraction. There's no reason for him to be itching.
No. Stay.
Your long sit stay when you're practicing at home can be practiced indoors as well as outdoors. And when Rich returns back to him, he walks all the way around him, ending up back where they started. And at this point, Bubba expects to get another command, and they take off heeling again. And throwing in those right turns, left turns, about turns really helps to keep him focused on the heeling. Nice sit, stay.
Stay.
And he's young and he's a sporting dog. This is your recall or your come on command, and he should come and sit. There should be no coming and launching himself off of you. And he's a master of trying to distract you by looking at sticks on the ground, scratching, trying not to pay attention.
Stay.
So it's our job today to teach you how to overcome those things. And practice indoors as well as outdoors. This is your come again. That was done very nicely. Back to heel and back sitting. Very good. Now the next commands that we're going to be demonstrating for you are your downs. This is the down from a heel position. So with him seated at your left, left open palm, straight down toward the ground, and the one-word command to down and stay. Your long down stay, practice indoors as well as outdoors too, because there's less distractions indoors. Rich returns back to his shoulders and heels him out of that, and he will demonstrate that again for you. It's very distracting out here today because it's very windy. And everything that falls out of a tree, Bubba's looking at. I'm sure you can hear the wind in the camera, and it's cold, which Bubba doesn't care about.
Down.
Down. Now you can clearly see he knows it.
Stay.
So don't let him get away with not doing it. If you say a command, you have to make sure he completes it. And you can take a step in like Rich did. Rich calls him out of that down. Very nice sit. Back to heel and back sitting. And this is really on the stroke of his 2 weeks. So if you practice at home really strenuously for the next week or so, there's nothing he can't learn to accomplish. He's very smart. Now this is your down from a distance, which is a little bit harder, and he tends to be a crawler. He wants to be right at your feet at all times. And then lengthen out the amount of time and the distance that you can go. You got a little treat for a good video. So we've demonstrated for you all of Bubba's formal on-leash new skills that he's learned while with us at school. We are here for you post-graduation. Keep us posted on your progress. If you have any questions or concerns, please call the school. We've enjoyed having him. He's a very nice, smart boy, and you've done a great job of getting him this far. We will see you soon, and thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.